Welcome back to Next Gen Motors, the channel where we explore the cars that will define the future of driving. Today, we're diving into one of the most controversial yet exciting moves in Chevrolet's history, the 2026 Camaro EV SUV. That's right, the legendary Camaro nameplate, which for decades has been associated with muscle car performance, aggressive styling, and track-bred DNA, has now been reimagined for the electric era in the form of an all-electric SUV. For some, it's shocking, for others it's a bold leap into the future, but no matter where you stand, this is a vehicle you can't ignore. Let's take a deep dive into every detail, from design to performance to pricing, and see whether the Camaro EV SUV can carry the weight of its iconic name into the next generation. Exterior. At the front, the 2026 Camaro EV SUV makes an instant impression that's equal parts futuristic and muscular. Chevrolet has given it a wide, low stance for an SUV, trying to maintain the Camaro's aggressive personality. The face is dominated by a closed-off grille with sculpted layers, highlighted by a sharp LED light bar stretching across the entire width of the nose. Slim, angular headlights are embedded within, resembling the squinting eyes of a predator, while lower air intakes channel air for cooling and aerodynamic efficiency. The illuminated Chevrolet boat emblem sits proudly at the center, glowing at night and leaving no question about the vehicle's identity. The hood has muscular creases reminiscent of the classic Camaro coupe, creating a visual connection to the brand's heritage even though this is now a high-riding electric SUV. Moving to the side profile, the Camaro EV SUV continues to blend its muscle car DNA with SUV proportions. The roofline sweeps back in a fastback-inspired curve, giving it a sporty coupe SUV silhouette rather than a traditional boxy shape. Flush door handles pop out only when touched, enhancing aerodynamic flow. Strong character lines run along the doors, sculpted to emphasize width and strength, while large 21 or optional 22-inch wheels fill the arches with a bold stance. The floating roof effect created by a blacked-out D-pillar adds a touch of elegance to the otherwise muscular body. Depending on the trim, you get contrasting black or carbon fiber side mirrors, with integrated cameras replacing traditional blind spot monitoring. Chevy clearly wanted to avoid the generic EV SUV look, and instead crafted something that feels both futuristic and distinctly Camaro. At the rear, things get even more interesting. The taillights are a modern reinterpretation of the Camaro's signature dual-element design, now slim LED bars with a dynamic animation when locking or unlocking the car. A prominent rear spoiler extends off the sloping roof line, reinforcing its sporty ambitions. The bumper is chunky, with the diffuser-style lower section hinting at performance, even though there are no exhaust pipes anymore. Instead, the rear fascia is sculpted to reduce turbulence and improve efficiency. The illuminated Camaro script across the liftgate is a nice nostalgic touch, reminding fans of the muscle car heritage while firmly establishing this as a vehicle of the future. Overall, the rear design is bold, athletic, and unmistakably connected to the Camaro lineage, even in SUV form. Interior. Step inside, and you'll immediately notice that Chevrolet has made a conscious effort to blend heritage with cutting-edge technology. The interior is driver-focused, echoing the cockpit-style layout of past Camaros but now reimagined with modern EV sophistication. A massive curved OLED display dominates the dashboard, combining the digital gauge cluster and infotainment into one continuous screen that traps toward the driver. The graphics are customizable, with themes inspired by classic Camaro dials for those who want a nostalgic touch, or futuristic layouts for those embracing the EV era. The steering wheel is flat-bottomed, thickly padded, and incorporates touch-sensitive controls. Ambient lighting runs across the dashboard and doors, with customizable colors that can pulse to the beat of the music or change based on driving mode. The cabin materials feel significantly more premium than what we've traditionally seen in past Camaros. Soft-touch leather, suede, and recycled sustainable materials are all available depending on trim level. The center console houses a floating armrest with wireless charging beneath, and storage has been optimized for family use, something that would never have been a Camaro concern before. Seating is available in both 2-row and optional 3-row configurations, making this SUV more practical than its sporty styling suggests. Front seats are bolstered yet comfortable, with heating, cooling, and even massage functions available. Rear passengers benefit from generous legroom, thanks to the long wheelbase, and the panoramic glass roof gives the cabin an airy, upscale feel. Cargo space is competitive with rivals like the Mustang Mach-E and Tesla Model Y, but Chevy also adds a front trunk, or frunk, for extra practicality. Performance. Performance is where things get especially exciting, because even though this is an SUV, Chevrolet has promised the Camaro EV SUV will live up to the performance legacy of the name. Built on GM's Ultium EV platform, it will be offered in multiple configurations. The base model is expected to feature a dual-motor all-wheel drive setup producing around 500 horsepower, enough for a 0 to 60 sprint in under 4.5 seconds. But the real headline is the range-topping Camaro EV SUV, which will boast up to 750 horsepower and more than 800 pound-feet of torque. This performance model is aimed directly at enthusiasts, with a 0 to 60 time projected in the low 3-second range, rivaling some of the best performance EVs on the market. A sport-tuned adaptive suspension, torque vectoring all-wheel drive, and multiple drive modes allow the driver to switch between efficiency and outright performance. As for range, Chevrolet is targeting up to 325 miles on a full charge in the standard models, with the performance trim slightly lower due to their higher output. Thanks to GM's Ultium battery technology, charging speeds are impressive, with 350 kilowatts fast charging allowing for about 200 miles of range in just 15 minutes under optimal conditions. Regenerative braking is adjustable, including a one-pedal driving mode for city use. Chevy has even tuned an artificial performance sound that can be piped through the speakers, giving drivers an emotional connection that electric cars often lack. When it comes to pricing, Chevrolet knows it needs to position the Camaro EV SUV carefully. The base model is expected to start around $55,000, putting it above the Blazer EV but below luxury rivals like the Audi Q8 e-tron. The mid-tier trims will likely range from $65,000 to $70,000, offering more power and premium features. The flagship SS model could push closer to $85,000, reflecting its supercar-level performance. While this is a big leap from the classic Camaro's price range, Chevy is betting that the combination of performance, practicality, and iconic branding will justify the cost. So, does the 2026 Camaro EV SUV live up to the Camaro name? That depends on how you define Camaro. If you're looking for the classic V8 rumble and low-slung coupe proportions, this car won't deliver that. But if you accept that the future is electric and performance can come in new forms, then this SUV is a bold and ambitious reimagining. It blends heritage design cues with cutting-edge technology, offers serious performance, and provides the practicality that today's buyers demand. It may not please every traditionalist, but it has the potential to bring the Camaro spirit into a new generation. Thanks for watching Next Gen Motors, where we break down the cars shaping tomorrow. What do you think of the 2026 Camaro EV SUV? Is this a worthy evolution of the Camaro name, or should Chevrolet have kept the muscle car untouched? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our deep dives into the future of the automotive world.